Movie Awards, Critics' Choice Awards on movie news today. Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And on today's show, we are going to be looking at things like Top Gun 3. Is that going to happen? Avatar 3 is going to happen. We know that for sure. Agatha, Coven of Chaos finds its, a number of directors for that. The Last of Us debuted on HBO Max yesterday, and we'll talk about that for sure because we're going to be doing full live reactions and reviews for that show. Coming up later on today, guys, at 1 p.m. Eastern, we'll be watching The Last of Us here. Full live review, reaction, watch along, commentary kind of thing. It's Monday too. It's the weekend's box office report. But we start off today's show by talking about the Critics' Choice Awards that happened last night. And Brendan Fraser won for Best Actor, and he had a very moving speech where he broke down. Well, let's take a look at the full list of winners here from the Critics' Choice Awards. Now, do you guys watch this? Sorry, I was kind of watching football last night. It's award season. What can I say? Hopefully they... what the heck is that doing here? God, you look up one thing and that's supposed to be for something that you massage your back with. Oh my God, I'm going to have to start blocking some of these ads. Because it's obscene. Okay. It's for... whatever. Best Picture went to Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay, cool. Avatar, Babylon was up there. No, I don't know why. Stop humoring Babylon and the creators of Babylon, because Babylon's not going to win anything. Banshees of Inisherin was up there. They didn't win. R&R was up there for Tar, but Everything Everywhere All at Once won Best Picture. Okay, I got no problem with that. That's the Critics' Choice, and that's their choice. Best Actor went to Brendan Fraser, and yeah, if you haven't seen his speech, it's kind of actually hard to find online. It's all kind of been chopped up, and people have kind of like, put it up for like little pieces that they can comment on. But if you can find the full speech, go and listen to it. It's inspirational, right? Of him trying to elevate his the rest of the cast around him and stuff like that, and telling people with weight problems that they should go out there and aspire to better things, because good things can come, right? It was a very good speech. Best Actress went to Cate Blanchett. No, that wasn't very surprising right there. We knew that Tar... Everybody's talking about that, specifically because of her performance. I liked Tar because of her performance. I just don't know if I really like the message of the movie. You know what I'm talking about? She basically, she's going to win the Oscar for that too. That's the way it's going to go. Arglass Viking says, did not see the awards, but Cate Blanchett's speech summed it up. Did it? No, I didn't see her speech. I'll have to look that up. Maybe we'll look that up in just a few moments here. Best Supporting Actor went to Kiwi Kwan. Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's cool. So he won again. So that's 2 he's got underneath his belt. Best Supporting Actress went to Angela Bassett. Same thing as Golden Globes. Okay. Jessie Buckley for what? Women Talking. Oh, okay. It's like, that wouldn't be for men. Best Young Actor. What? Gabriel LaBelle for The Fabelmans. Okay, yeah, that's the main guy in The Fabelmans, who was like the young Steven Spielberg. Yeah, that was good. He did good in that. I got no problems with that. Best Acting Ensemble went to Glass Onion. Really, over Everything Everywhere All at Once. I guess because they won the Best Picture, Glass Onion won Acting Ensemble. Cool. That was good. And we did a full live watch along for that too. That was lots of fun. Best Director went to Daniel Kwan and Daniel Shinart for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay. Best Original Screenplay went to Everything Everywhere All at Once. Best Adapted Screenplay went to Sarah Polley for Women Talking. So she's getting some recognition to that. Women Talking is going to come out here, hopefully, towards the end of the month in limited release. When it does, I'm going to go see it because I want to see Jessie Buckley. I want to see Rooney Mara. Frances McDormand's in that. Good cast. Difficult subject matter, though, right? Women who are getting abused on like an Amish site. What do they call that? Not camp, but like, not district. I forget what, township or whatever, right? Yeah. I want to see Women Talking for sure. Best Cinematography went to Top Gun Maverick. Yeah. Finally, Top Gun getting some recognition in there. We'll be talking about Top Gun on today's show too. Top Gun Maverick, because you put the cameras in the cockpits, you got to see the actual actors in the cockpits of them flying. There's like, what did they say, like 9,000 hours of flight footage that they had to edit to get through all of those scenes. It was brilliant. And it is. Because here's the distinction between Top Gun Maverick and Avatar, which I did a small little thing about this too, about Pinocchio as well. It's just the visuals, right? Top Gun Maverick, you know, is real, but there's something about Avatar: The Way of Water, you know, it's just a computer doing that, right? Tar, I heard that it had okay cinematography, but it wasn't, whatever. Top Gun Maverick, kudos. Best production design went to Babylon. Now that's just somebody trying to get out of here with that. I don't stop wasting my time. Best editing goes to Everything Everywhere All at Once. Best editing. I don't know. Top Gun Maverick had some good editing, talking about all those aerial shots that they had to edit. Those sequences. It's just how much do you leave in? How do you like get that down to a pacing? Oh, it's just that would have been so hard. Avatar: The Way of Water, I wouldn't say best editing. You know why? Because a lot of that has to be done in pre-visualization. So it's all already, they've got like computer animatics that they can draw from, that is what's going to look like from the shot, what the shot's going to look like, right? And then they go capture the elements of them doing the motion capture and stuff like that. They assemble it together. Where Top Gun Maverick or Everything Everywhere All at Once, you can take longer shots, you can use different angles and stuff like that. So editing has more, there's more to do there than, I don't know, maybe I know I'm not doing that justice. I know I'm not doing that justice to Avatar, but it's just kind of a lot more is established before the shot's even filmed with Avatar than it is for things like Everything Everywhere All at Once, right? Even acting choices are already pre-made with Avatar. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent here. Best costume design went to Black Panther. Yeah, out of those ones, out of Glass Onion, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Elvis had some good costume designs too. Woman King, Babylon. Pff. Best hair and makeup went to Elvis. Okay. The Batman. That one, I think, could have possibly won too. The Whale, the fat suit makeup. It was serviceable. It wasn't like his makeup wasn't as good as, say, Colin Farrell's makeup was in the Batman, where he was unrecognizable as Colin Farrell, right? I don't know. It is what it is. And Everything Everywhere. But Elvis won that one. Best visual effects went to Avatar. That's no... Yeah, that one... and that one's pretty much a given. I think that one's going to go with... I think that one's going to win the Oscars as well. Best comedy went to Glass Onion. Okay. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent was so much fun too, with Pedro Pascal. Best animated feature went to Pinocchio. Yeah, hands down, Pinocchio was the best, even though I didn't see that much. Puss in Boots, though, was pretty good too. Of course, those are the only two that I probably saw, but you know, it is what it is. Best foreign language film went to RR&R. That's cool, because Argentina 1985 won at the Golden Globe, so RR&R is getting some. The critics chose that one, so that's really cool. And Natu also won for RR&R. For Christ's sakes, I'm gonna have to scrub my history looking up, because I was looking for like one of those rollers. I don't have one, but you know how they got like those massage rollers that you like. You put your leg on and you roll back and forth on it. I was looking for one of those and it pulled up that damn ad. It's now become the bane of my existence. We're going to have beefs. Best score went to Tar. Okay. Best drama series, Better Call Saul. Yeah, whatever. I would have given it to House of Dragon or Yellowstone. Best actor in drama series, Bob Odenkirk. Best actress, Zendaya. those are Zendaya's always going to be a lock. As long as she's making that show, it's always going to go to her. Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series went to Giancarlo Esposito for Better Call Saul. Okay, cool. Or is it Giancarlo? Giancarlo Esposito? Giancarlo? We just saw him in Kaleidoscope, and he was really good in that. And I know he was from Better Call Saul, and he was also from Breaking Bad, right? Oh, Matt Smith was nominated for that. For House of the Dragon for Damon. He was good in it. Best Actress in a Drama, Jennifer Coolidge for White Lotus. Now that I've seen that Crave has brought over White Lotus, I might have to check it out. Millie Alcock. She was nominated, but not the older Rhaenyra, huh? Fascinating. Daniel Radcliffe picked up an award. Best Comedy went to ABC. Abbott Elementary. Best Actor in a Comedy Series went to Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. I don't even know what The Bear is. Gene Smart went to Hacks. Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, Henry Winkler for Barry. Cool. Henry Winkler, he's up there. And he's still winning awards. Cool for him. He's the Fonz. Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, Rachel Abbott Elementary. Best Limited Series, Hulu. Dropout? The Dropout? I don't know what that is. Huh. Best Movie Made for Television, Weird Al Yankovic. Roku. Okay. Best Movie Made for Television. No, I would have said Prey. Right there, hands down. Predator Prey. Yeah. No doubt about that one. I wouldn't even look back. Daniel Radcliffe also won for Weird Al Yankovic. Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout. Best Supporting Actor in a Limited Series made for TV. This is all stuff that, TV stuff, guys. Best Talk Show. I'm not getting into all that stuff. Let's take some live comments here. Chris Schober says, I heard that Scream 6 official trailers possibly Thursday, June the 19th. Yeah, I heard that too. Whenever it drops, we'll take a look at it. Our Glass Viking says she described award ceremonies as a horse race, and why should people be pitted against each other? Oh, did she? Amish Mennonite, there's a new one. Daniel Radcliffe picked up an award. Good to see. Yeah. It was good to see. Kate Blanchett. Critics' Choice Awards. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this. Oh, damn. Yeah, everybody chops up their thing. I hate when they... I don't need to have a little introduction. Just show me the speech. Just show me the speech. Ugh.
It's this patriarchal pyramid where someone stands up here. Why don't we just say there is a whole raft of female performances that are in concert and in dialogue with one another?
God, she's so stunning, isn't she?
And stop the televised horse race of it all. Because, can I tell you, every single woman, whether, television, film, advertising, tampon commercial,
tampon commercials,
whatever. You're all out doing amazing work that is inspiring me continually. So thank you.
Okay, so let's take a look at that speech. Okay. And why is my echoes going again here, James? I don't know. Let's close that off. Good. Critics' Choice Awards. Hey, it's award season, and next up is going to be like the Gaffer Awards, right? The best... I don't know, lighting awards, those kinds of things, right? Screen Actor Guild Awards. It's like, I don't really care about all that stuff. Chris Schober says, I heard that the Supreme Leader Snoke returns for Mandalorian Season 3. Maybe. I don't know if I really want to. Blanchett was chewing gum during the speech, was she? She can do whatever she wants to. I'll always have respect for her. She's definitely one of my favorite actresses for sure. Okay, guys, daily, 11 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday, we do this live news show, and follow me on all the other social medias where you can see some behind the scenes stuff and stories on the TikTok and Instagram of me going into the theater and stuff like that every now and then. Stuff behind the scenes. All right, guys, it's Monday, so January 16th. Let's take a look at the weekend's box office and how things fared. How A Man Called Otto beat the box office odds. Did it? Tom Hanks opened up a movie this weekend called A Man Called Otto, and did it fare? Where did it fare on this weekend's box office numbers? According to headlines like this and articles, rather lengthy, verbose articles like this, they are saying that The Man Called Otto did good. Well, let's go over to the box office mojo and take a look. For the weekend of January 13th to the 15th, 2023, weekend number 2. The top 5 were: number 1, Avatar: The Way of Water. Number 2 was Megan. Number 3 was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Number 4 was A Man Called Otto. And number 5 was Plane. Gerard Butler flies in the 5th spot with 10 million. And then number 6 was something called House Party. We'll take a look at that. Other notables, Skinamarink opened up in 11th spot, but it only opened up in 692 theaters, 746,000. And that did play near me in a small art house theater. But I heard that it's kind of like it's a very experimental film where it's not told in it's a horror film, and it's not told in standard shots. It's just kind of like a webcam turns on and you can see stuff happening in the background. You don't even see clear shots of people's faces or anything like that. They don't take time to set up those things. It's supposed to be like 2 kids stuck in a house or something, and there's a ghost. 2 kids wake up in the middle of the night to find their father's missing, and all the windows and doors of their home have vanished. Yes, Skinamarink. Very interesting. I'll have to take a look and keep my eye out for that. If it's still playing, maybe I'll go see it this week. But that Tom Hanks one, A Man Called Otto, only in the fourth spot there for 3 weeks because it had limited release. But as you can see here, nothing changed except for Plane breaking into the top 5 with 10.4. Avatar, number 1 with 31.1 million. It's 1.9 billion now. It's making $2 billion. So, yeah, it's not going to just crash and burn and not cross that $2 billion mark. It's just where in the 2.5 billions is it going to finally slow down? I suspect 2.3 billion maybe. Remember when I first said that Avatar was going to only make 1.3 billion? Internationally it did, but not domestically. Domestically, it's kind of stalled. Domestically, it's been hanging around the 500 million mark. It's not going to make over 600 million domestically, I don't think. And it's not going to be the highest domestic box office of the year. Top Gun Maverick is going to be for that. Megan, in its second weekend, 93.9 million worldwide. That's really cool. That opened up wider in international markets this weekend. 34.2 internationally, 59.7. So good for Megan, good for Avatar. The only thing opening up this weekend is Missing, right? Missing. I don't know, but Plane is going to get some good buzz. Let's take a look at Puss in Boots quickly here. What was Puss in Boots? Oh, wow, 251 million worldwide. For Puss in Boots, Last Wish, I had lots of fun with it. I did. Puss in Boots, it just begs the question, will Puss in Boots outgrow Shrek? I think it possibly could, because I like the animation of it. I found I think Shrek 2 or something? I was just getting bored. I had a tough sit through for Shrek 2, so I never even watched the third Shrek because it was boring. Puss in Boots was fun. Antonio Banderas really knocks it out of the park with this character. He owns it for sure. Will it overtake Shrek? Well, only time will tell for sure. Yeah. So A Man Called Otto, James. Let's get to brass tacks here. 21 million domestically, 14.5 internationally, for 35.7 worldwide for A Man Called Otto. I'm sure that Tom Hanks probably wanted a little bit better than that. It had a production budget of about 50 million. So it'll cross. Guys, you got to remember, hey, if you're going to hold things like Black Adam to a standard that it's got to make double its production budget to account for marketing and for theater take and stuff like that, then you got to hold the same standard for things like A Man Called Otto. If A Man Called Otto cost 50 million to make, then it's got to make 100 million, and it's not going to. So how the heck is that a success? Variety, how is that a success? Now it's going to have some staying power because it's a little bit more of an adult fare and a drama. And I am going to go see it this week. I'm seeing it on Cheap Tuesday tomorrow. So I'll be seeing A Man Called Otto tomorrow. I still want to see it because it's Tom Hanks. I mean, come on. I just don't. It's going to cross 50 million. It's going to make that production budget back, but I don't know if it's going to push it into the red. We'll have to see. Byford says in the live chat, Man Called Otto was hard to watch. It was traumatic. I felt miserable watching the movie. Oh, so it's not a feel-good movie. I thought it was going to be kind of like this grump because he was a grouchy man in the trailer, right? I thought he was going to just learn to appreciate life around him, and because he had this interaction with these kids that I thought the kids would wake up that spirit in him again to be nice to people. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Chris Schober says, is the word Happy Death Day 3 going to be a TV or a TV show? We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Chris Schober says, I just watched The Last of Us HBO Max episode 1 last night. I thought it was pretty good. Well, we'll be watching right here on the channel. We'll be watching The Last of Us. Derpy says it was awesome. How do you feel about the new Shrek 5 animation movie coming out? As I just said, math, I was bored. Arglass Viking says A Man Called Otto will probably be more of a streaming movie. Yeah, and that's what I felt too. Because I had this and Plane. And I chose Plane this weekend because it was Gerard Butler. And that has 11.6 million domestically. And it's not opened up in international markets yet. Maybe it has, it was just not getting that through yet. But this also had around a $50 million budget. But this will have word of mouth because it's not long. It's pretty standard when it comes to, okay, this is the scenario. The plane crashes in a jungle with terrorists. Gerard Butler and what's his name there? Kick butt. Cutler. Coulter. Mike Coulter. Yeah. So I'll be doing my review of that in just a few moments. Yeah. Plane. And then House Party came out. What the heck is House Party? 4.4 million. This is a remake of the 1990s comedy House Party. Okay. Do I know anybody in it? I don't think so. House Party. I've never even heard of this. 5.1 on by IMDb. Let's see if there's any names here that jump out at me. No, there's not. Bill Bellamy, maybe. But, no, I don't recognize any of these names. Pregnant Woman. What? Okay, House Party. Well, at a glance, guys, that's pretty much the weekend of the box office. As I said, coming out this weekend, we got Missing, which is another horror movie with Storm Reid. Well, not really horror, but like a thriller. Her parents go missing. And then I think in limited release, that Women Talking comes out in wider release, right? Because that came out limited last year, so it could get the awards considerations. It just hasn't opened up wide yet. Yeah. So I think that Avatar will be chopped down to about 20 million next weekend. Can Missing make more than 20 million? Probably not. But hopefully Plane will get back up, and hopefully those numbers will go up, because it's only 3,000 theaters. If Plane opens up in 4,000 theaters by next weekend, maybe it'll go up a little bit more. I don't know. Hopefully. We'll have to see. Okay. That's the weekend's box office report. Let's get into this Plane review. I want to talk about Plane here. And I'm going to chop this. Well, I said I was going to chop these things out, but I don't know. I think I prefer the smaller versions of these, the truncated version, because people just don't go to watch these movie reviews anymore for some reason. Everybody does them. All right, let's get on here. Plane stars Gerard Butler and Mike Colter and tells the tale of a pilot that finds himself caught in a war zone as his plane goes down in a storm. It crash lands on this little island where there's like terrorists and stuff like that, and Gerard Butler's the captain. He's got to get his crew and the passengers to safety. It's pretty run-of-the-mill standard kind of fare for an action film, but it's fun. It's a nice little fun romp here for January. It's an hour and 47 minutes runtime. Gerard Butler is in this. Danielle Pineda is Bonnie. She's a flight stewardess. Mike Colter, yeah, he's like a... what I liked about it was he was like an inmate being like transferred. And it's kind of like a mix of like a little bit of like Taken with Con Air. You would expect him to be like some kind of a threat, but they realize that they're both in the deep doo-doo together because of the terrorists that plan to kidnap the passengers and use them for like ransom and stuff, right? So yeah, they're both in a bad situation, and they got to deal with these guys, and it's fun. It moves at a fast pace. It's got some serious dramatic moments in there that actually does pay off. And I quite enjoyed this movie, and I recommend that you go check this out. I have to look more from this Mike Colter guy and see more from his works and stuff like that. But Gerard Butler, he also produced this. So, yeah, it was cool. And this Danielle Pineda, she was also in... the recent Jurassic World movies. She was like the computer tech girl or whatever. She's got a very interesting look to her. I was kind of mesmerized by her every time she was on the screen for some reason. I was kind of like, what are you doing? Fascinating. But yeah, there he's getting on board. Is that it? Okay, so then it's just different posters. Let's go over to the tomato meter and see what people are saying about Plane. 74% by the critics, 95% by the audience. And yeah, the audience is going to like this a lot more than critics. It's just, as I said, it's a fun ride, and it's kind of like the bad guys are pretty standard. They're cardboard, whatever. They just want to kidnap people and hold them hostage for ransom and stuff like that. But once you see them get their butts kicked, it's kind of like, yeah, it's odd. And that's what Plane is. Let's see what some of the snapshot reviews are here from some people and see if I agree. Let's take a look at from The Guardian here, who didn't like it. He said a more accurate title would be Island, but Plane is perhaps best, at least for instructing audience on the best location to watch the film. Half awake, tipsy on wine served from a little bottle. No. See, he's a critic. He's there. He's probably somebody with like a journalism degree that doesn't really like movies and has to be going to watch movies like this because he's got to try to get a better journalism job at The Guardian or whatever, right? And he just wants to add this to his resume. Don't pay attention to anything like that. You want to find movie fans who actually liked it, like from here, Double Toasted, who's a movie fan, right? Plane is the perfect kind of movie to rent or stream. The little tale tells you it's going to be as straightforward as it gets. Yeah. A decent survival action flick, indeed. Cine Express says here, Gerard Butler's latest action thriller is simple and silly, yet entertaining and pretty cool throwback to 90s action films. Indeed. Indeed. So that's the kind of flavor that you're going to get from this. Let's take one last bad one here. Plane would have been an adequate way to waste a couple of hours longing on the couch and munching salty snacks, but as a multiplex draw, not quite, even if you binge the salty snacks a lot. Nah, what's this guy? You got like a just eat your food then. What? Yeah, I don't understand that. Guys, you're gonna, yeah, the critics are gonna be lower on this one. I totally recommend Plane. Plane, yeah, had a budget of around 50 million, and it made around 11 million on its opening weekend. But don't worry about that. It's gonna get its international markets opening up to it now, and it's gonna have a good word of mouth for Plane. A nice fun little ride here for January. So we've had a couple of good films with Megan, Plane. Good way to start off the year of 2023 in my books. Did you guys go and see it? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Plane, I would give a 7 out of 10 for Plane. Yeah, check it out. All right, guys. If you like what you've seen, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. You're watching Mirror Domains. Ooh, did that work? It did. And I forgot to turn off my phone again. Unbelievable. Oh well. Unbelievable. Okay. Okay. Let's get back into the movie news stories. Pull up the old graphics. Our says Plane is definitely looking like a popcorn movie. I wonder, will the Gerard Butler lead character appear in a sequel as Bruce Willis did in Die Hard? Well, he's he's a pilot. It's possible. I don't suspect that they can use the same trope that there's another plane that he's piloting would go down in a storm. I don't think they could use that trope. They would have to figure out something else. But yeah, it'd be like that he produced this too. For sure. It's cool. All right, Gerard Butler's like slowly turning into what Liam Neeson did with these smaller little action films that have come out each year. Some of them are hit or miss, but for the most part, most of them are pretty good, right? And that's cool. Let's get back into it. Top Gun 3. Let's talk about Top Gun 3. Why Maverick producer still hasn't discussed Top Gun 3 with Tom Cruise? Really? Jerry Bruckheimer, the man with the money, says he hasn't discussed Top Gun 3 with Tom Cruise. Well, why not? You think Tom Cruise would? You know they've had a discussion about this for sure, right? They must have. Let's see what he said here. I guess he was being interviewed at some kind of red carpet about the potential. His quote here says, he's in the middle of shooting Mission Impossible because he's shooting Dead Reckoning Part 1 and Part 2 back to back, right? He's got a lot of very difficult, hard stunts he's doing. It's not the time to take attention away from what's important to him right now. So, I'm sure because Top Gun Maverick made so much money that they've got to float the idea for at least a third one. They got to at least put a treatment and put something out there to say, could it work? Could it work? Because you got lightning in a bottle with the second one too, right? Can you recapture that for a Top Gun 3? There's Jerry Bruckheimer right there. I'm not going to steal this guy's interview here, but if you want to go check out the Variety's Twitter, you can go check that out. We know what he said anyway. He just does want to distract Cruise. Could we follow son there, Miles Teller? No, you would still have to have Tom Cruise for a Top Gun Maverick or a Top Gun 3. You'd still have to have Top Gun. Even though it was pretty much his retirement, right? That's what that was about. I don't know. It's possible because there's just so much praise for Top Gun Maverick. It was the best reviewed film of 2022 on Rotten Tomatoes, apparently. Got the Golden Tomato Award. Guys, it ended up as my second favorite film of the year. It did. Top Gun Maverick did. Because it's just that good. There's just so much about it. When you think about it, it's kind of like good acting, good story, awesome action. It's just wow. And kudos for getting the Golden Tomato Award. Critics and fans agree on Top Gun Maverick. Actually, I should check Crave. Is that on? If we can if we can do a full live watch along for Top Gun Maverick, I would love to do that with you guys. Yeah. What streaming service is that on? Let me check. Oh, it's on Paramount Plus. That's right, Paramount Plus. So, yeah. But Paramount Plus is not one that I'm going to be getting. Bummer. Maybe I can buy the Blu-ray and then, maybe I should. Possible. Okay, well, that's where we're at with Top Gun 3, guys. Producer says he doesn't want to interrupt Tom Cruise while he's working on the Mission Impossible movies. I think we'll get there, though. I think we will. But one thing we know we are getting is Avatar 3. And James Cameron, once again, says that the fire element, there will be 2 new cultures in there for Avatar 3. That's already in the can. So they've already filmed it, guys. All in the can means that it's just going into post-production now. They'll do maybe a few pickup shots here and there. But for the most part, it's all done. It's just in post-production now. And that's why we're going to get it in 2 years, right? And since Avatar: The Way of Water is already going to make $2 billion, it's a no-brainer that they'll make a third one for sure. Let's just see what his new quote is here. Cameron continued spilling the tea. He says, "Fire has a symbolic purpose in the film, and there's a culture that is specifically around that concept." So those reports about the Fire Tribe are there, right? That's possibly saying too much as we speak, he told Deadline. You're going to meet 2 completely new cultures. Two completely new cultures. And let me guess, one of them is going to be kind of like an earth tribe, right? Because you already kind of got the blue with the wind. They fly. You got the ocean. You got the water. You need the fire, and you need the earth. People like maybe the miners. People who live in the ground, maybe, right? We meet... I still don't know the names of these tribes. I can't pronounce them. It's going to be new cultures in the next film, and it's kind of a rove of a little more freely around the world of Pandora to different places. Okay. And you can see that there up on Deadline Hollywood's Twitter. A little quote by Cameron where he says this stuff. It's a rocket sled. What? Oh, he's just talking about how fun of a ride Avatar is. Jack Champion teases Spider in Avatar 3, Inner Turmoil. Yeah, because he's the son of the bad guy, right? So, oops, sorry. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Guys, it's made $2 billion. If you haven't seen it, then you're not wanting to see it. Because $2 billion says that pretty much, everybody's seen it by now, right? Multiple times people have seen Avatar 2. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much a given thing here. What I wanted to say about this is that, James Cameron is a master of taking things of what's already popular in the culture and weaving that into his narratives, because people have already said that it's already compared to, the Avatar Last Airbender anime, that with the different elements and stuff. He's weaving that into his movie. He's aware how culturally big that is for people, and he's tying that kind of stuff into his Avatar movies. He's lifting it. Not stealing, but lifting. He's looking at it and he's saying, I want to incorporate that into what I'm doing so that it appeals to a wider audience. Sort of like what I want to do, I'm going to start looking at things like Mr. Beast and stuff. I never watched them before, but I need to know what bigger channels are doing so that I can start incorporating it into this channel so that I will start to appeal to a wider audience. We're growing as a channel. We are indeed. And I'm really happy with the growth speed too. Like we just passed 3,333 subscribers on the weekend. So that's really cool. And, one day we're just going to wake up, it's going to be 4,000. Next week, it'll be like 5,000. It'll just go up and up and up as people start to learn, hey, we're a smaller channel here. We talk with people in the live chats, and we go through the movie news rather quickly. We don't tell you long, verbose stories of how I was, chopping wood one day and I had a revelation about how I just loved Back to the Future or something like that. I just don't get caught up in long-winded BS like that. Okay. Sometimes I do. But mostly I try to keep on point. Agatha, Coven of Chaos is a spin-off from the WandaVision series that I'm looking forward to. And Agatha, Coven of Chaos sets directors as production readies for next week. Next week? Oh, wow. Catherine Hahn is going to be in this. With Aubrey Plaza, right? Aubrey Plaza is going to be in this? Seriously? Cool. So who have they got lined up here? Jake Schaefer, John de Montero, and Rachel Goldberg are going to be directors? Wait a minute. Do I know them? Ganja Monteiro? She looks familiar to me for some reason. Let's see. I don't know how to... JAC. Jack Schaefer, is that short for Jacqueline? Has stepped up to act as a director for multiple episodes. So she's executive producer. Okay. Joining her will be Ganja Montero, hot off directing one of the Wednesday. She directed Wednesday. Okay, that's cool. And Rachel Goldberg, who counts as Peacock's A Friend in the Family and Resident Evil on Netflix, which I liked Resident Evil on Netflix. I know a lot of people didn't. They thought it was garbage because it didn't follow the source material. But I had fun with what they were trying to do. I did. And I like the way that that's blue shines here. Sorry, I'm getting slightly distracted here. Yeah. Okay, plot details are being kept under wrap, but it's cool that they're being ready to shoot next week by the sounds of it. That's awesome. Okay. Agatha will likely be taken from from Dave Payton. Yeah. The show ended with her character being trapped in Westview. And it sounds like she's going to wake up in Westview, right? Yeah. Cool. I'll be looking forward to that. Agatha, Coven of Chaos. I'll just pull up the IMDb for that and look at the entire cast, because that'll put it in better order for us than fishing through the paragraphs there. Catherine Hahn, Aubrey Plaza. Oh, God, I love how I think I'm slowly becoming very enchanted with Aubrey Plaza. Mary Durizia, Emma Caulfield Ford, Joe Locke, Deborah Jo Rupp returns. She was in WandaVision. She was like the boss's wife, right? But she was being corrupted by Wanda. So that'll be cool to see. Yeah. All right. Well, talking about this, guys, we can take a little bit of a break here, and we'll talk about The Last of Us that debuted last night on HBO Max. And we're going to be doing full live watch-alongs on the channel for that. So what else can you find here on the channel for watch-alongs? We did Wednesday series. We did watch-alongs for Wednesday. And at 1 p.m. in just over an hour, guys, an hour and 15 minutes, we'll be watching the first episode of The Last of Us. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, I believe, so know that going into it. Joe's life is turned upside down in a panic during apocalyptic events. Pedro Pascal, The Last of Us, guys. I hear good things. I'm really excited for that. That's going to be up on the channel. We do other series like Kaleidoscope. We just did over the weekend. Talking about Giancarlo Esposito. A heist series where where you can watch it in any order. And very fascinating. I had lots of fun with that series. We binged all 8 episodes of that. We do full movie reactions for things like The Pale Blue Eye with Christian Bale. And Emily the Criminal, talking about Aubrey Plaza. I really enjoyed this movie. She's just kind of like down on her luck and gets into a life of crime. And it's really sort of tragic the way that it happens, but really fun too. And on the weekends we do a Horror Weekly Roundup. We missed it last week, but it'll come back this weekend, where we talk about all the horror movie news headlines of the week. And I think we'll be watching a movie on Saturday too, a horror movie from last year, about a bunch of kids with special powers, creepy powers. And during the week we do movie news that you can see here. Yeah, because I seen that movie was up on Crave, so it was one that I missed. It was like a Swedish film of kids that can like force you to do things against your will, kind of thing, and that's what I want to see. Byford the Hobbit says best Aubrey Plaza movie is called Safety Not Guaranteed. Safety Not Guaranteed. Have I seen that? Safety. Oh, God. Not Guaranteed. IMDb from 2012. Colin Trevorrow directed that one, huh? From Jurassic World fame. Mark Duplass, Jake Johnson. Let me just take a look at some of these. See if I recognize any of them. Because I've seen so many movies. It's just the 3 magazine employees head out on an assignment to interview a guy who placed a classified advertisement as seeking a companion for travel. Something about that seems vaguely familiar. And the guy they pick up is she's got a really weird sense of humor too. You watch interviews with her, it is weird. Okay. No, I'm not recognizing. Nothing in here. It's not jumping out at me. Kirsten Bell was in it? What is this? No. Kirsten Bell in this? Did I miss that down here somewhere? Maybe not. Oh, I'll have to check that out, Bifer. Thanks. Yeah, talking about The Last of Us here, guys. The Last of Us. How HBO's Last of Us avoided the mistake of video game adaptations. Let's only have as much violence in this story as required. Okay. Well, yeah, it's about some kind of virus or something that takes over people, kind of like the Rage virus from the 28 Days Later series, right? It turns people into weird monsters and stuff. Something like that. I don't know. We'll have to get into it in just over an hour, guys. An hour and 12 minutes. We'll be watching the first episode. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit excited now. Definitely, for sure. Cool. Yeah. I'm starting to get hyped for The Last of Us, guys. Because I do like apocalyptic scenarios. It just seems like it's just like, for me, it's like sitting on the beach. I'm here. The world's ending. For me, it's just relaxation. But it's hard to describe, right? Okay. Yeah. I'll keep up the IMDb from The Last of Us. And I got another article that I pulled that sort of goes over some Easter eggs and stuff that we'll take a look at after we watch the episode. We know that it's ranking high on the tomato meters. It's going to be a weekly thing every Monday. So we'll be watching the episodes of The Last of Us here on Mirror Domains. And I'm looking forward to it hardcore all the way, guys. All the way. Lots of fun. Here on Mirror Domains. All the time. All right, let's get to that Happy Death Day headline that Chris Schoberg wanted to talk about. Because this came up on the weekend too. And I was going to talk about this on the Horror Weekly Roundup. But Happy Death Day 3 gets a disappointing update. Bummer, man. because I had lots of fun with the first Happy Death Day, and actually I kind of like how obscure and abstract the second movie got, because it has to deal with time travel, kind of like it's like a Groundhog Day of this girl that gets murdered, and every time she gets murdered, she wakes up and has to try to solve her own murder, kind of thing, right? But the creator says he's got some disappointing news from us. It was from Blumhouse. You think Blumhouse would want to get behind it? Yeah. Both films were extremely well received by the critics and the audience, but the second part didn't perform as well at the box office, which could mean the end of the story. Which could mean, well, no kidding. And look at this long response here from the director, Christopher Landon. He told Slash Film this. I'll just summarize. No movement at all, sadly. There was a tiny moment where I really felt like I had Universal's attention, but they forgot about me. I think it's a really tough one for them, and I'm being really blunt and honest in that the first movie was very successful. It made a lot of money. It was well received, and the sequel was not. Yeah, the sequel didn't do as much money, and that's the bottom line right there, guys. Is that money talks, and it didn't perform as well as the first one. And I think maybe a lot of it had to do with the fact that it did go into a really obscure and convoluted with the time travel stuff, that maybe just took away from the schlocky, she's getting murdered every day kind of thing, right? It took away from the fun feel of it, right? And made it more of a serious tone, which I liked, but I guess a lot of people didn't think. There was a lot of talk for a minute, maybe it being a Peacock thing, maybe one day. So if it does stream there, Schober, it will be on Peacock by the sounds of it, perhaps. The beauty is that it's my idea. The whole idea for the third movie is not dependent on any sort of specific window or time frame, so I can make it anytime. I mean, as the years draw past, I feel like our chances are dimming. Yeah, I don't know. They'd have to simplify it again, man. Blumhouse's newest hit, Megan. Megan was a hit, even though I thought it was meh. You guys know that, right? It's a bummer, but it is what it is. Happy Death Day 3 gets a disappointing update. Yeah, it doesn't look like the studios, as of now, want to pick it up. But I'll keep my eye on it. And Christopher Landon, he's got work out there. He's currently working on which project? He is working on that upcoming film called something or other. Sorry. Oh, he did Freaky, huh? Oh, he did Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. He wrote that? Okay, so that's his directing credits. He's got We Have a Ghost. And he did Freaky. Okay. Yeah, that's right. He did Freaky with Vince Vaughn. And that's up on Netflix right now, right? Right? Freaky is up on Netflix. Maybe we'll have to watch that one too. Yeah, because on Saturdays I want to watch horror movies with you guys this year. And we'll put up a poll. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll put up Freaky and that foreign film with the kids that go crazy and kill people. Yeah, maybe I'll do that later on today or something. I'll put up that poll. Chris Schober says, I heard there was a lot of rumors that Stu might return for Scream 6, but I doubt it. Well, no, I don't think there is, because they looked at that poster, that Scream poster that had all the names on it and stuff, and they're like, well, the color of his name is a little bit different. That's like, was it Perry Nemiroff had an interview with Kevin Williamson, the writer, and he said no, he's dead. So I don't know if that's just a red herring, because he would be up to doing that. I'm just kind of like this. It would be cool if he came back, but if they say he's dead, he's dead. I got no problem with that. If they say that he's dead and then he shows up in Scream 6, I'll be like, yeah. Byford says, put Mad Heidi on the poll. Well, it's the issue of finding it. If it's on a streaming service that I have access to, or a VHS copy or something that I can watch, like we did when we watched King Kong and stuff. We'll have to do it like that. That's what we'll have to do. But I gotta better organize that because I want to watch horror movies with you guys on Saturdays, and I want to watch classic movies with you guys on Thursdays, because I want to leave Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for streaming series, because once Mandalorian comes out, Mandalorian was usually on Wednesdays, right? When March comes around for Mandalorian season 3, I want to leave that open. So, and we'll be right up to March with The Last of Us, right? Because it's 9 episodes. So Mondays will be Last of Us, Wednesdays will be Mandalorian, and Thursdays will be like a retro movie reaction. Fridays will be left open for a series or whatever, and then on Saturdays we'll do horror movies. Because I like horror. I love horror. It's my favorite genre. Let's go into some hit or miss headlines as we round up the day, guys, because we're going a little bit over time here. Hit or miss is just when, hey, if it's a hit, we'll talk about it. If it's a miss, we'll just move on. Multi-generational Superman AI art brings together Cavill and Reeve and Nicolas Cage. AI art. I just saw this and I had to pull this because, you know, Nicolas Cage was supposed to play Superman. Here it is. It doesn't really look like Christopher Reeve here. It looks very clay. The body for Nicolas Cage there looks... it doesn't look proportional yet. There's something off about that, but Cavill looks like Cavill Superman. I just thought that was a fun little picture to pull up. AI art, huh? So is that what AI does now? Alternate universe, guys. That Death of Superman or whatever storyline with Tim Burton, that's a movie I would have loved to have seen, man. I would have loved to have seen that movie. Just to see what Nicolas Cage would have been like as Superman. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And that's a little bit of a hit headline for me. What's next? World War Z 2. Will we ever get a sequel? Yes, I hope so. You know what? It is Brad Pitt's highest grossing movie, right? World War Z. You gotta go back to it, man, because there's so much more you could tell there in that universe. Because it is just like the rage virus from 28 Days Later. You could just tell different stories in different parts of the world of this zombieism breaking out. But hopefully Brad Pitt would come back to that, because, you know, he's been stuck doing box office bombs like Babylon, right? And it's like, oh, geez, dude. A lesson from Babylon. It's kind of like, yeah, get back to the World War Z stuff, man. We want to see more of this universe, right? I do. There were talks about him working with David Fincher on a World War Z. That would have been really cool to see. I wanted to see that for sure. But Babylon, yeah, we know the the pitfalls of Babylon. It's become my punching bag. It's gonna be my punching bag for the next several months until something else comes along to be my punching bag. Damien Chazelle, yeah, you fell on your face with that one. And puff pieces like this in Variety. Every great filmmaker has to fall on their face and learn from it, including Damien Chazelle. Yeah, let's move on. Enough for Babylon. It's Always Sunny star Glenn Howerton would love to join MCU as in a Fantastic Four reboot. Well, this is just another one of those headlines where an actor says he would love to be in an MCU series. Well, I don't even know who this guy is. The last I heard, Adam Driver was going to be in talks to play Mr. Fantastic. Glenn Howerton was asked. Of course, an actor out there is going to say, "Yeah, I wouldn't pass it up. I'd still be in it. Why not?" That's kind of a miss. This is also a miss. Velma, Season 2 reportedly in works, despite ongoing backlash. That's up on Crave. I'm not going to be watching it, guys. Sadly, we will not be doing Velma watch-alongs because I hear awful, awful things. On the tomato meter, it's got 7% by the audience. Now, it could be review bombed, but the critics are also sort of agreeing there with 55% for Velma. from Scooby-Doo. It doesn't have Scooby in it. Apparently, they don't have Shaggy. They renamed the character or something like that. Okay, if it's not resonating with the fans, logic dictates that you would squish it. You would squash it. You would say, no more. Why HBO would then turn around and say they want to make a season 2 is beyond me. It's beyond my comprehension. I just don't get it. Hey, I'm losing money making this thing. Let's make more. What? No, you stop and you reverse. You try to adapt. That's what I do here on the channel, right? That's why I was talking about I got to learn from things like Mr. Beast and stuff so I can incorporate and appeal to a wider audience. I don't say, hey, I don't keep on making this show over and over again like this, like I have been doing, hoping that one day some people will be just, no. Velma, season 2, I don't think, should I even, I'm like, should I watch the first episode at least to try to give it a chance, knowing that it's going to be bad so I can roast it? Why? I got better things to do with my time. I really do. I don't know. That's a huge miss right there for me. And that is all I got in the can for today, guys. Just looking at the old Reddit roundup here. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm Scott Cooper, writer-director of Pale Blue Eye. Oh, he didn't ask me anything on Reddit. Cool. The Whale. So it's just award stuff. The Small Things That Scream movie set for you. John Larroquette reveals he was paid to narrate Texas Chainsaw Massacre in Weed. Yeah, well, we knew that. The first one. Because John Larroquette narrated, actually, he did the narration for the very first one. Like, you know how the movie opened up with that small little reading? He did that, and he did it for the remake too, right? Or like the which version was it? Jordana Brewster's version? Or no? Yeah, was he in that? I can't remember that version. Walter Goggins gives a low-key, amazing performance in The Hateful Eight. Yes, he does. I like The Hateful Eight. A lot for him too. What's this? Squarespace. I don't need it. Lesson from Babylon. Every great... Oh, yeah, there's that. Let's get that out of my face. Scream 6 has a crossword. Okay, guys. Where are the clues? I want to see the clues. Scream 6, is this... That's an interesting marketing campaign, right? Is this like victims' names? Let's take a look and see if we know it. To me, every kill is blank. 3 across. Every kill is blank. 7 letters. Every kill is blank. Is that a quote? The best public transport. A finale. When you should say, who's there? That's uneasy feeling you've been. I'm back in Black Baby. 99 cents each. See, it's a little too vague for me. If it was quotes from like maybe the movie characters, perhaps I could get it. Classic slasher franchise, 18 across. 4 words. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to pull that up and maybe I'll solve that later tonight. Or maybe on my phone when I'm sitting on the pot. Did I just say that? Yes, I did. Guys, that's the... you know that the Twitter roundup is just going to be the same. It's going to round up the award show. And if any trailer drops, guys, I'll be sure to be up on board with, doing a trailer reaction for it as quickly as possible. Yeah. Oh, that's a cool pick. Colin Farrell and Michelle Yeoh. Chris Schober says, I heard that Scream 6 is the last movie. Probably it said that Stewart could return in 6 or 7 or Scream. Yeah. That Scream 7 will be the last one, you're saying? I mean, Stu for Scream 6 or 7. Maybe. I don't know. Chris Schober also says, I wouldn't watch Velma Season 1, Episode 1 or 2 because it's very slow. Well, if it's slow too, well then that's just a testimonial that I like. Thanks, Chris Schober. That I'm not going to waste my time with Velma. I'm not. And I also don't want them to get confused with my viewership as a good thing, right? Oh, cool. Another image of Will Poulter. God, he beefed up for this. Now, I know that the costume does add more to the biceps and the shoulders, but when you actually see, he did work out, and you can tell that by his neck and his face. When you get muscly like that, your neck gets thick like that, right? He's going to be Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's a cool pick. That's a cool pick. I dig that one. Oh, Farrell. Okay, so that's just all the awards from the Critics' Choice last night. Okay, another look at Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantum Mania. All right, guys. 24-hour news cycle. If I miss something, we'll put it on tomorrow's show. And hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe and join us in just under an hour now for The Last of Us, episode 1, up on the channel. We'll be watching it right here on Mirror Domains. See you next time. Yeah.